the COBRA Defense Program, we like to bust myths. We want to get right to the chase. What works, what doesn't. As a professional self-defense instructor and a seasoned police officer and corrections officer, I've had the privilege to see a lot of different things work and a lot of different things fall short. One thing that we always hear, when you're talking to your friends or your family or around the dinner table, maybe they're discussing where you look at someone right before an altercation. You should always look someone in the... And if you finish the sentence with eyes, that's because it's a myth. In real life self-defense, there are certain things you want to look out for, and one of them is not the eye. I've never been hurt with an eyeball, and until I'm hurt with an eyeball, I'm not concerned with it. It's good to look at the person. You'll see their eyes. But what hurts you are hands, elbows, knees, weapons, and the introduction of multiple attackers. Looking someone in the eyes is good for truth and deception, maybe some interview techniques, but if you stare someone right in the eyes, you might lose focus and get hit with what really hurts you. Another myth. I'm going to take my keys out and jab them in his eye. A lot of people say that. Now, even in orientation day, you'll have mom or dad, I got the keys right here, I'm going to hit them right in the eye, and that's their holy grail. That's their self-defense. That's their reason for not actually seeking out training. We've tested it over and over. When you hit somebody with the key, there's nothing keeping it in here, and you lose your weapon immediately. It falls to the ground. If you want to use your keys, take it as a whipping device or a stabbing device. That's the appropriate way to use a set of keys. They can be used as a weapon, but now you know how. If you have a big diamond ring, I've heard through a lot of different students that they prefer to punch. They're going to punch their way out of a bad situation. A, they probably don't know how to punch yet if they don't have any experience. And B, the top of the diamond is very small, some bigger than others. The appropriate way to use it is to spin it in so the diamond is right here, or the ring. Grab the hair and rake down the face. Or if you're coming from behind, right across the face. The prongs will tear the flesh. That's very painful for the attacker, and everything you touch, you tear. It's not just one little punch or one little spot on the ring. Another myth, I have pepper spray. In orientation in COBRA, when you view your training, you'll see the average person coming in on orientation day, and they believe that these items work. And one of them is pepper spray. I'll pull the pepper spray out, and I will fend the bad guy off. Action versus reaction says you're going to have a hard time doing that. He's already picked the time, place, and method. He probably already has his hands on you. You're digging in your purse. You have to pull it out, open it up, spin it, and spray. And you have to do it in a calm, controlled manner. And you might get hit with your own pepper spray. We've shown that most people can't even get a gun out if you give them 20 seconds and they know it's coming. So is pepper spray going to be very effective? Probably not. What you can put in your car is Tilex 409 or any chemical agent. You can put it in your car, you can put it in your purse, and it's right there. A, it doesn't look like a weapon, and B, it's a lot more effective. And you can buy it for 95 cents at Walmart. You don't need a concealed weapons permit to carry it, and it looks very innocent until you're ready to use it. Another myth, all fights go to the ground. Think about this. Your attacker, is he a highly skilled kickboxer, jiu-jitsu, reality-based self-defense guy, police officer, military personnel? Probably not. Training in the arts takes discipline. It also takes money. So the bad guy has trained to a black belt level, and he's a highly conditioned self-defense professional, and he's out robbing 7-Eleven. That doesn't go together. Could it happen? Anything could happen. But 90% of your attackers or your criminals are untrained. They're aggressive, they're violent, they're criminals, they want to hurt you, but it doesn't mean they're going to tackle you to the ground, put you in an armbar, a kimura, get you in a rear naked choke, because they don't know this stuff. The individual that's going to face you is highly untrained. You're born with no training, and when you grow up, if you haven't sought out any training, you still have no training. So, the instinct for a person is to tackle you to the ground and put their hands around your neck. That's what people with no training do. When you seek out training, you understand, if I get put on the ground, my job is not to tie you up and have you tap out. My job is to survive, get to my feet quickly. Whether I have to hit you in the eyes, bite you, do a groin grab, or whatever it is, I need to get to my feet. I need to survive this situation. The ultimate myth, especially females, it's nothing against you guys, but society as a whole, you can complete the sentence. If a guy approaches you and he's giving you a hard time and he goes to put his hands on you, you're going to kick him in his groin, right? Well, let's talk about this. Your first instinct is to compromise your balance. You're going to lift one leg. Now you have half of your balance. You're going to kick an area you can't see. You're going to use your shoe, which is much bigger than the space it's trying to fit in. You're kicking a person who's been defending that area their entire life. Just step back and move. And here's the kicker. It doesn't hurt like you think it does. Let me be very clear on this. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Could you hit someone square and it affects them? Yes. Let's talk about the determined criminal. Determined criminal. This is the analogy. If you ask any male, there's $1 million at 30 feet from here. You can have it, but I'm going to kick you in the groin as hard as I can first. You just have to run after I do it. They will do it. You can kick this guy right in his groin, and he will go for that $1 million. He's determined. The criminal wants his freedom, or he wants the money that he stole from the bank. You can kick him in the groin. That is a very low-value technique. When I was in the police department, they didn't tell you, okay, you come up to a burglary suspect, kick him in his groin. They know it's an ineffective technique. What does work? You grab them, because you know what you have when you have it. You pull, it pulls it from the body, causing internal bleeding. That's very painful, it's highly effective, and it's easy to do.